I know what it's like to have a brilliant idea, spend hours and hours thinking about it, over-analysing, and then not making the change you need to change your life. So this is the steps. This is how I've come to a point where I can make decisions quick and I can change my life now rather than waiting for that right moment to come around, because I am a strong believer that the right moment never comes, and that you spend your life waiting for a moment that doesn't happen and you end up living with regret. This morning I had breakfast with my dad, and it's the first time we've sat down and had breakfast together in a long time, because I live in Thailand. Before that, I didn't live at home. So my dad was telling me a story that my dad's a very good musician. He's a singer and a songwriter and is incredibly talented. But when he was a young man, he was far too scared to ever get up and sing in front of people, to ever put any music out there. So although he doesn't regret any of his life, and the path that he's taken has been a good one, he's now doing music at a later point in life. Looking back on it now, he can see with his talent, the way that he is, if he was just younger, if he was 18, 19 years old, he said he would literally pick up a guitar right now and start singing in the streets until somebody noticed him, because he knows that the timeline from him, from that age to now, if he just did that every day, he knows that eventually he would get noticed and his improvement in skill would allow him to reach success in his dream career. The only thing that stopped him was fear. And I got quite a nice insight from my dad. As you age, that fear dissolves and you realize that nothing really matters, but regret holds a very, very heavy burden. So the sooner that you can throw caution to the wind, that you can let go of that fear and do the things that you want to do and make sure you don't live with regrets, is when you get close to achieving the life of your dreams. One decision you make has the power to change your life forever, whether it be for good or for bad. And my dad was pointing out to me a few of the defining decisions he'd seen as me and a man, and I've listed them here. So a few of those: to stop drinking alcohol and taking drugs, to just decide in my head that I wasn't going to be that person, that it wasn't serving me properly after being very heavily into partying, drinking and taking drugs, has changed my life forever. And it was a decision I made quickly. You can do exactly the same thing right now. There's nothing stopping you. So if you've got decisions in your brain, things that you've been putting off, write them down and make the decisions right now, because they're a heavy burden to carry around, an unmade decision. So make those decisions and change your life in an instant. People always ask me, what is the secret sauce to like YouTube, your quick growth? And the secret sauce, I think, is to do things that others are afraid to do, and do them right now. Speed wins over everything. So if you have a look at your own mortality and you think about your life as a man, if you accept that one day you will no longer be on this planet and nothing will really matter at that point, things become a lot less serious. You can start to play with life more because you realize things don't matter so much. It's doing the things that others are afraid to do. For example, in content, if you do something in social situations, like cold approaching girls on camera, doing crazy social experiments or pranks that you might be scared to get up and do, or singing in front of people, public speaking. Once you realize that you will die, that no longer holds that embarrassment and that fear, and it allows you to do it. And those things build credibility with other people. The fastest way to the top is to do the things that others are scared to do, to get on camera and do things that others are scared to do, to try and grow your brand, to grow your life, to grow your business. They're what will get you ahead. You know what they are, you're just scared to do them. So accept that you will die, that none of this really matters, and that decision becomes a lot easier to make. Write down exactly what you want out of life, or what you think that you want out of life, and one thing that scares you, that you kind of want to do, but you're way too scared to go for. And do something towards that goal this second. Just pause this video and do something. So if you want to make YouTube content, film a little video of you saying, okay, I want to make a channel. This is what it's going to be about. Post it on YouTube and make a name. Because the best thing you can do is get action and then follow that up with momentum. Build momentum and you will grow along the way. You're not going to be perfect right now. And I'd recommend you get on that train of momentum. You don't stop for 100 days. After those 100 days, you stop, you look at your growth, which will probably have been incredible, and you have a look and you evaluate what you now want to do, because you've put the work in. You've put 100 days worth of work in at something. You've given it a very good go. So you can look after those 100 days. What's my progress been with YouTube? How do I feel the channel's progressed? And you can then make another decision. Do you want to do another 100 days? Should you slightly pivot your angle? But what you need to do to change your life now, you need to act now. You can't wait for another second. You can't wait for another day. It's not coming. It's probably not the right time, but it never will be. So do it now. Just right now, do yourself a favor and put something on the board. Do something towards the goal and the life that you actually want to live. Step 2, one of the most important parts for me was building a supportive inner circle. Having people around you that you know will pick you up when you try something and fail, or encourage you and support you, are able to give you advice that you know is coming from a good place. I mean, how would you feel if you knew you had the support of a circle around you that will give you that honest advice and tell you when you're doing things well, tell you what you need to improve. And if you fail, it doesn't matter. They just want to see you improve. So that's what I feel we've built in the Gorilla Clan, and the support the boys give each other in there is amazing. I give support where I can. If you take action on this video and you decide you want to sign up, it's in the course below. It's the Triple Your Testosterone course, and then you get into the WhatsApp group through the community section. If you take action on this and then you just message me saying you took action on this course and what you want to achieve, I'll support you myself. I'll give you my honest opinion. I will help you along that road. I will send you messages via WhatsApp, and we can have that support, and you'll have the support of the group. I think even if you do it with my group, if you do it with your own friends, and you all decide there's something you want to work towards as a person, and you have that way that you're helping each other, things become a lot easier when you know your friendship circle or your group of people are not going to put you down, because you don't become afraid of trying things. And that's very, very important. A lot of people I speak to, they can't find a reason to change, or their life's not too bad and they can't find reason to push on any further for themselves. And I feel similar things sometimes, that you don't need so much for yourself. So what you need to do is do it for another person. There are other people that are not like you. They don't have the courage, they don't have the strength to change their own lives, unfortunately. But that's okay, because there's people like you, people out there that will change your life for the better. So if you can't find a reason to change, do it for somebody else. If your parents brought you up and raised you, you owe them. It's a race to try and pay them back, to try and make them proud before they unfortunately pass on, as they will. If you can't find a reason to do it for yourself, find a reason to do it for someone else, write it down and go for it. The things we do for others will take us to the next level, levels that we couldn't have got to if we were only doing things for selfish reasons. The final thing I want you to do is imagine that you are dying. Imagine that you are on your deathbed right now, and have a think about what you would regret not doing in your life. Things you want to say to people that maybe you've not said, experiences you would have liked to have, success, moments. You won't look back on the cars and houses, money you've made. You'll look back on the impact you've had on other people, on the little moments in time and memories in your life. Are you proud of yourself and what you've done, or did you not do things because of fear? So the biggest thing to get over is imagine that you are dying, and it should put into perspective that these things are trivial in the grand scheme. But if you regret doing things, it will weigh very heavy with you at the end of the road, compared to the mistakes, the embarrassment, the things you maybe mess up. You won't remember any of them, but you will have that regret if you don't do what you want to do right now. So I think you know what it is you need to do. Start doing it now. Stop waiting for the right time. Take life. Do what you need to do, boys. It's been a pleasure. If you want to join the course, again, links in the description. Come join us. Triple Your Testosterone. Get in amazing shape. Change your life. Change the way you feel about life. Speak to people that want to help you. And we can all get there together. See you on the next one. Whoppa, 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 whoppa.